Yes, hello. Jonathan Ruiz, your accounting coach, survival tips. So our topic today is about intangible assets. So we already finished property, plant, and equipment. So I'm going to discuss a short lesson, and this is one of the easiest topic I would say in financial accounting and reporting. Okay, so before I go through that, so what will be our agenda? So our agenda is I'm going to give you the definition, the valuation, how to record it, and then few discussions about R&D or research and development. Okay, so please, uh, before I go through with it, I would like to invite your friends, your colleagues, your families. If you think that these lessons can help them, please share it with them. Okay. Now, what is intangible assets? Okay. So the main features of intangible assets actually is in PAS 38 or Philippine Accounting Standards 38, which intangible assets should be recognized initially at cost. Okay, so the valuation will be at cost to present it in the financial statements. You only recognize it if the following criteria are met, meaning the intangible asset meets the definition of an intangible asset. Particularly, there should be an identifiable asset that is controlled and clearly distinguishable from an enterprise goodwill. Second criteria, it is probable that the future economic benefits that are attributable to the asset will flow to the enterprise, and the cost of the asset can be measured reliably. So those three criteria should be met. Okay? And characteristics, it has a long-lived legal rights, okay, lack of physical substance, not financial instruments. Okay, tatandaan, of course, when you said intangible, okay, uh, without any physical existence. Okay, can we say the example is, okay, for example, yung brand ng Jollibee, Jollibee Food Corporation. Okay? So, can you imagine, habang bata ka pa lang hanggang sa lumaki ka, yung kanununuan mo is ang favorite brand ng restaurant is Jollibee Food Corporation. So they established their brand. They have really a good goodwill reputation in the market in terms of restaurants. Okay? So that is a sample of intangible assets. So what are the types of intangible assets? Actually, there are so many different types. Okay, I'm going to give you six types of intangible assets. So one is marketing intangibles. So these are the trademarks. These are the trade names. These are the company names, the internet domains. So those are marketing intangibles. What about customer intangibles? So this comes the customer list, customer contracts, and relationship. What about artistic intangibles? So artistic intangibles, those are the copyrights on the books, movies, royalties, you know, and contract intangibles. So those are broadcast rights, franchises, licensing agreements, service contracts. So dun siya papasok. And then technological intangibles, we have the patent, technology, and trade secrets. And of course, as part of intangible, we have the goodwill. Okay, so let's move on. Valuation of intangible asset. So when it is purchased, always remember these are recorded at cost plus any additional costs such as legal fees. If acquired in exchange for stock or non-cash assets, exchange is recorded at more reliable of the fair value of the consideration given or the intangible asset received. Actually, this comes the business combination. Okay, so this is one of the hard topic in advanced accounting. Okay, business combination. What about internally generated goodwill? Again, so let me just move my camera here. Intangible asset that is internally generated, uh, they are actually uh, expense. The research and development Okay? Of an intangible internally are expenses as incurred. Ulitin ko lang, okay? R&D cost to develop. So yung research and development na nangyari to develop the intangible asset internally is recorded as expense. Okay? Only direct costs incurred in developing an intangible, for example, legal fees, are capitalized. Okay? So the internally generated goodwill or intangible assets, capitalize only those that are directly related to that intangible. Okay, next. So I'm going to discuss a little about intangible asset issues. What are the intangible asset issues that we usually face in presenting intangible on the financial statements? Okay, so here comes the amortization of intangible. So amortization actually is same meaning with depreciation. Depreciation is used for PPE, while amortization is for intangible, but the concept is same. Okay, so you can use a straight line amortization, and then depends on the life of the intangible assets. Okay, so another problem here in the intangible is the impairment. Okay, we need to write down the intangible asset and recognize the impairment loss if an intangible asset becomes impaired. So kasi may mga nangyayaring for example, wear and tear, okay? Or na-reduce and na-extend yung life ng asset mo. So another issue is yung change in useful life. So there is a reduce or extension of the remaining life of the intangible. Okay, so you need to look at this when you are answering the problems. And sell, of course, if an intangible asset is sold and it's recorded at its carrying value at the date of sale, then the selling price will determine the gain or loss on sale. Okay, so you need to look at that as well. So remember those four issues when answering the problems. Okay, so how to calculate goodwill? Okay, ang goodwill ngayon is only purchase goodwill is capitalized. Again, only purchase goodwill is capitalized. This is recorded only when an entire business is purchased. Why? Because goodwill cannot be separated from the business as a whole. Okay? So how to calculate goodwill? So price paid to acquire a business less the fair value of an identifiable net assets acquired. So then the difference will be the goodwill. Okay? Internally created goodwill is not reported as an asset. So to take note, please, internally created goodwill are not reported as an asset. Okay, cost of developing or maintaining goodwill are expense as incurred. Okay, laging tatandaan yan. And this comes again in the business combination topic. Okay, so accounting for intangible. So to summarize here, type of intangible, if it's a limited life intangible, then you need to capitalize. Again, if this is purchase. Internally created, they are expense if they have a limited life. Amortization, of course, over the useful life. Impairment tests, usually they are done annually. Okay, now for indefinite life intangibles, okay, purchase, it will be capitalized. Internally created, again, it is an expense. Do not amortize. Okay, then fair value test. Okay, now for research and development, like what I have said, now I want to discuss it very shortly, very quick. Research is the planned search to discover new knowledge that may lead to the development of a new product or service. Development is, it involves translating research findings into a plan for a new product or process, including design and testing phase. So ang nangyayari is you do your research first to discover the knowledge that you are going to use for the creation of intangibles, so to develop a new product. So first is research phase and then you develop it. Somewhat like the development is the execution phase of your research. Okay? But again, so may mga other costs or expense as incurred when you are doing your research and development. So, like for example, startup cost for new operation or activity, meron kang initial operating losses for development stage enterprise, advertising costs, cost of developing products or processes, personnel and contract services, R&D items, okay, cost of materials, equipment, facilities, purchase. So they are expense as incurred. Okay, so those that I mentioned, they are part of your expense. Okay, so again, so today we learned the definition of intangibles, the valuation, and what is R&D. Okay, so I hope you are enjoying this channel. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please, for you to get updated and you can watch the future videos, you can just subscribe on below and then keep the comments coming. And if you have some topics that you want me to discuss, please do so. It will help. Okay, so the topic next will be liabilities. So you see you again and thank you so much.